Hello world, Alexandre Buckley here, and let's talk games. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since I've put a FIFA video up, and I actually got a message from Mark about it. He's one of our subscribers, so thank you very much for subscribing. And he basically sort of said he likes all my FIFA videos, but he's noticed I've not done one in ages, and he's like, hey, what's going on? Because there's a new FIFA out, and you've not talked about it at all, so like, where's the FIFA stuff? So I thought, well, I could do some more FIFA videos, that's not a problem. I like FIFA, most people do. So if you're not into FIFA, sorry, because this is a FIFA video. So to be honest, if you're not into FIFA, I don't know why you clicked on the video. That's being quite honest about it, but you know, thanks for doing it anyway. Why not hit the like button anyway if you don't like FIFA, and show that as your way to say that you do not like FIFA by hitting the opposite of the I don't like button, which is the no. It's a messed up metaphor. Anyway, so the point is, we're doing FIFA videos, and I thought I'd do something a bit more different this time. Rather than just upload random matches and stuff, why not upload a bit of my career mode? And what I did is I'm going to take up one of the lowest sort of sides in the game, which is Stevenage, who are in League 2, and I want to see if I can get them from the bottom of the lowest point all the way up to the highest point, like winning Champions League and stuff. So I did this on the hardest difficulty as well, and basically did an FA Cup journey, and the season went pretty well, but the FA Cup journey was the most fun part of it. I tried doing the League Cup and got knocked out straight away, but I did a bit better in the FA Cup, so that's what I'm going to show you. Quite fun, so I thought it was quite cool. We started things off with Liverpool, which is, you know, of all the teams to get drawn against, whoop. One thing to point out as well, because you're probably going to notice it from the character models and stuff, but did make some signings. So anyone who's played FIFA before, you'll know that if you do career mode, like in a previous game, they give you like a little bit of a transfer boost in the next season, which doesn't actually mean a lot when you're in the lower divisions. If you're in like the Premier League, that's like an extra 20 million you're going to get bumped into your budget. But when you're in the lower divisions, that's basically like, if you're lucky, 2 to 3 million as a transfer bonus push, maybe even sometimes a couple 100,000, so it's not a lot. But luckily, most of Stevenage's team is rated at between 50 and 65, so it's not very high, which means if you sign any players that are like 70 or around the 70 mark, they're going to be infinitely better than anything else in the field. So that's all I did. I've put most of my money towards buying a couple of strikers. Patrick Bamford from Leeds, the main guy I sort of went for. And he was a treat. He's just fast and pacey. Good pro tip there as well if you want to have an easier journey doing it. Just sign really fast people, and then just defend like hell on the hardest difficulty until you get a chance, and then hopefully you'll score. So we took on Liverpool in the FA Cup, and we did pretty well, defending mostly the whole way through the game. And yeah, we got a 1-0 victory, which I was really happy with. And the next round we got drawn against Brentford, which again, kind of another sort of let's defend as much as we can situation, so we did, and we got drawn. We ended up winning that game as well, which was quite nice. Got quite a good goal actually in that one, I think. Was it just a tap-in? He said as he pre-edits the video. You should always check things before you start editing, so you know. No, it was a decent goal, I think. It was pretty good. Where is it? Yeah, no, it was decent. I'm happy with that goal, so it was alright. Doesn't look too bad. Let me know. It was a decent run from the wing. I think it's fine. So, I think it was a good goal. So that was quite cool, and I thought at this point, you know, I've got lucky here because I've gone from Liverpool and then I've got Brentford, but Brentford I kind of struggled against, and I thought, well, you know, it's going to get easier, or you know, if I get a better team. I got Millwall after Brentford, and Millwall were fine basically. I don't know why, but they didn't seem too tricky. I kind of smashed them 3-0, which is not kind of, that's a fact. I did smash them 3-0, but the first half it felt a bit back and forward. I couldn't really get anywhere with it. It was just kind of back and forward. What am I talking about? Back and forth. Jeez, imagine that on commentary. Actually, I'd appreciate any commentary where the commentators correct themselves. It'd be quite entertaining. But yeah, no, it was a pretty decent match here. A bit of fun. And at this point I thought, well, I've got lucky here that I've kind of smashed a team. I don't think that normally happens, so I knew the next couple of games would be harder. But yeah, 3-0 win against Millwall, lovely. So I was quite happy with that. And at this point, I knew the objective was kind of done and dusted for my career mode, because in career mode they just were like, get to the FA Cup, just get there. I just didn't think that was basically the objective, which I think the game sticks you in the third round by default. Oh no, you've got one pre-game, I think. No, you get stuck in the third round by default. It's like if you can get through the third round, then I think you get a bonus. But basically, they just play the game and you'll be fine. So when I beat Liverpool, or even just turned up for Liverpool, the objective was already done. So it's quite nice. So this is just getting more revenue for the following season. So I just want to see how far I could go for it. Hopefully win it, which I did win, obviously. I wouldn't upload these if I was losing. Would I? I mean, do people do that on YouTube? That seems a bit weird. I got smashed 7-0, have a video. No, that seems stupid. Obviously I win, that's why I made a video. But I thought it was quite fun. And, you know, I think this is a weird thing with FIFA. A lot of people do career modes based on their, like, their favourite club. And then they complain that they didn't have as much fun as possible because, you know, oh, I won the Champions League and that's the end of it. Well, then don't play as your favourite club. I mean, yeah, that's fun, but you can only do that for so long before it gets a bit tedious. Whereas if you take a team like I've done, take a bottom team and try to raise them up, it becomes a lot more challenging, a lot more fun, because there's teams I can smash 6-0 in like League 2, but then when you start playing Liverpool, you can't use your same tactics. You have to actually look at how they're going to line up and stuff, and actually it takes a bit more thought and stuff, and it's a lot harder, especially on the hard difficulties. So anyway, we're stretching out the Millwall bit of this video. Beat Millwall, happy days. Then came Wolves, and easily the most difficult team so far. Defending like my life depended on it. Couldn't score. I had so many good little chances and just couldn't score, and it was just blooming tough. So I really hated it. And I ended up playing the new penalty system, which I was not a fan of at all. I don't know why they changed penalties. I think penalties in FIFA have been fine for years. I liked the little run up. I like you can control the goalkeepers and all that fun stuff. I thought it was a good system. Everyone was happy with the system, and they changed it. And I guess they changed it because people complained and were just like, oh, I can never get them on target, or this is too difficult, or yada yada yada. So they put a little targeting system on it, which is fine, but I don't need a targeting system because I know what I'm doing. So it's all fine, but I can't work out to do trick shots now, so I need more practice at penalties. But we won against Wolves, which I'm quite happy about. Good penalty shootout. Adds to the drama as well. Helps you get sucked into the story of it. Can Stevenage beat Wolves? Well, if they get to penalty shootout, then surely it's 50-50, so they should be fine. They did, so that's good. Then we got Tottenham, and Tottenham, again, these teams just get harder and harder as it goes on. So I was getting worried at this point, so I thought Tottenham's going to smash us. And basically, the story of this game was pace, because every time I lost the ball, they just shot straight past my players. And I started working out, this is a good tactic. When you're playing on the hardest difficulty against a team that's really strong, don't tackle their players, because you'll get red carded straight away because they're just going too fast and you look like you've just taken them out with a shotgun or something. So what I did instead, which is actually quite smart, is I would get one player to sort of run slightly around the side of them once they get into the penalty box and just start slide tackling randomly nothing, because chances are they're going to take a shot from just outside the box and your slide tackle will bounce and defend the ball off. You can kind of time it, you can kind of work out when they're going to shoot, because they start to slow down and do a little shimmy inside. So I did that, it was fine, and beat Spurs. So that leads us to the FA Cup final. Woo! The FA Cup final. So yeah, this is it. I mean, if in real life this would be the most ridiculous story on the planet, like a League 2 side going up through the ranks, beating 4 Premier League teams. Well, okay, so by the FA Cup final I've beaten 3. I obviously beat them, but it's, do you know what I mean? Just imagine if this happened in real life. It's ridiculous. So that's what made this quite fun, because I'm showing you obviously the highlights, trying to trim the video down to make it quite short, but it's so much fun doing these, because you don't feel like you're going to win, because every time they have a shot you generally feel like they're going to score. And I did sign a good goalkeeper in Jack Butland, but you know what I mean, it's, even when you're playing with a proper side, like, no offense Stevenage, but if you're playing and you've got a good goalkeeper, it doesn't matter in FIFA, because sometimes someone can shoot from outside the box and it'll fly in. So I had no faith in this at all. But we got quite lucky with them. Everton are really difficult. I don't know why they felt like they were Man City. They were so difficult to play against. I found them a lot harder than both Tottenham and Liverpool to play against. But yeah, we managed to pull it off in the end. I got a tapping goal to give me a bit of space to get a 2-0 victory. And that was it. That's how we made Stevenage FA Cup champions. And the most insane thing about this, which makes this even more fun, is this qualifies you for the Europa League. So my next season, when we're in League 1, going to go from League 2 to League 1, we're in the Europa League, which is just ridiculous. And I'm now hoping like a big club gets knocked out of the Champions League early, because if that happens, I then get to play them as Stevenage. So I want like a Madrid or a PSG or something like that. That'd be so much fun. to do in career mode. I'm going to make a video on it, obviously, but I thought I'd just upload this because I thought this is a fun way to do things in FIFA, which people kind of neglect. Career mode is one of my favourite modes. I like it a lot more than Ultimate Team or anything else, and I think you can make these little adventure things for yourself, and this is going to be quite a fun little project. The aim is to sort of go the full scale, take them from bottom straight to the Premier League, win Champions League, have some fun with it, and I think it's going to be quite fun. And at the same time, just build youth players, which is a lot harder than it sounds because you can only do 5 at a time, which is annoying. So yeah, hopefully we get a whole squad full of decent youth players as well. So that's been my FA Cup journey. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you've got any other suggestions for videos, please let me know. Once again, please like, share, subscribe. That'd be great. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.